Okay. So I just finished watching this film called Babygirl with Nicole Kidman and Harris Dickinson. Let's just say I'm overtly fucking confused right now. Like I am like brutally confused as to what the point of this movie was. Now, was it necessarily bad? Yes, it was. But I finished it, so it couldn't have been that bad. But I'm just like, some of the main points that are coming to the forefront of my mind right now as I sit and reflect on this film is just like, what the fuck? Now, I could definitely make several points about how weird this movie is, and if certain roles were flipped and certain, but we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna take this movie for what it is and just try to break this shit down. Even though this shit is the most unhinged, confusing, probably purposeless movie I've seen in a while, and somehow this shit is #1 trending on Max right now. So that just goes to show what the people want, I guess.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It
Gets the people going.
Nicole Kidman is a very interesting prospect when it comes to this film world. I knew she was a freak, but fuck. I've known this since I watched Eyes Wide Shut. I watched Batman Forever the other day, and my God, she was killing it in the 90s. But we're in big old 2025 now, and she is, at this point in time of life, she's 57 years old. My boy Harris Dickinson, Samuel is his name in this. He's 28. Let's just soak in that information for a second. So Nicole plays the CEO named Romy, something. She's a successful CEO, owns this tech company, and she's a very powerful individual. Harris plays Samuel, who is an intern who from day one is just absolutely fucking like just egregious with his behavior. This is not the most realistic film, I'll say. I think if anybody ever acted like this, like in real life, and it's not to say that there hasn't been people that's acted like this, they need to be put under the jail. I think the biggest theme about this shit, if there's something to say about this, is just, or not even theme, but just topic, is just power and trust and ego and super ego. And why am I trying to like break this shit down on some real Freudian shit? This is a weird movie, bro. This is a weird film. My sister described it the best. It's like an hour of sex, and then the last 40 minutes is just the aftermath of all of that sex. So they could have called this shit Sex the Movie. There was a point where I felt like they should have called it Cuckoo, but I'm pretty sure there's already a movie called Cuckoo with Hunter Schafer from Euphoria. I might watch that. I don't even know at this point. Hopefully it's better than this. My son Antonio Banderas was in this as well. He was definitely the most, they did his character the dirtiest, I will say, in this film. I knew this movie was going to be something when the logos for the production companies were going, and I heard moaning. Before you even see who's in the film, there's moaning. And then the first frame of the film is her having sex. Could kind of break it down into like, she has these fantasies and these ideas of herself, and I mean it makes sense. Like it definitely tackles what people don't talk about in just casual conversation. Like, yeah, it's not a casual conversation type of movie. Like, I mean, you don't talk with somebody random on the street like, yeah, I really want this woman or this man to treat me like a dog and make me drink milk from a plate and eat candy from his hand and, just completely degrade me. To the people out there, I don't judge, right? Let's just get that out of the way. I don't judge. If you have self-degrading fantasies, by all means, this is America. This is Earth. Do what you want. But why do we need an hour and 45-minute film that 55 minutes apparently to talk about this? And why that's my main question. Just why to my sister who may watch this if she has the time, why to Nicole Kidman, Y, to Nicole Kidman's agent, Y, to Harris Dickinson, Y. What is wrong with you? Yeah, let's break down Samuel for a second. Samuel is a fucking nutcase, and then he just leaves. You know, all of that happens, and it's like a big lack of accountability, and then he just leaves off camera, I guess. Like he I don't know, bro. It's not even. I don't know, bro. This movie very much confused me. The entire time I was really trying to think of where we were heading, or where we were going. Like, is there something that we're building up to? I did find a lot of it to be pretty predictable, minus the just absolutely off-putting sexual fantasies that flood this movie. Which, it kind of, they meet, and then they have their, little honeymoon phase, and then they go back and forth, and it's like, oh, we can't do this, and then 2 seconds later, they're fucking on the roof. The people start finding out, they start falling out, and then Antonio Banderas almost dies of a panic attack, realizing what she and him are doing, and then it just goes back to normal. Because I guess people are able to just brush shit like that under the rug easily. I don't know, bro. I'm just gonna chalk it up to, I'm just not the demographic for this film, and that's fine. The same way I might not be the demographic for a film like Titanic, but I absolutely love Titanic. I think that's one of the best movies ever made. This isn't. This is not even nearly. Fuck no. But if you watch this movie and feel differently, let's talk about it in the comments. If you like this movie, tell me why. If you don't like this movie, tell me why. I think I won't say there's a lot to unpack about this movie, but there's definitely something to talk about, because wow, this is a very unhinged film. This was not a good watch. I'm sorry. Yeah, not even close. Not even close. Like, comment, subscribe. Till the next one. If you relate to this movie in any way, just go to therapy. It's okay. Just go to therapy. I think that's all I have to say to you. Like I said, I don't judge though. Yeah. Okay. Later.